Big Money James with the iced out bevel on his new Rolex in Bristol, Connecticut. It is Matthew here with FreePrescriptionLenses.com, and today, ding, round 3, round 4, I'm about to cut some prescription sunglass lenses. I just finished cutting for these Versace 2150Q. You got them in the white. Let's go ahead and bust these bad boys out in the black. I'm going to take them out of the almost identical case. Of course, like I said, this one is color 1341 in the white. Today we're doing color 1002, which is the black and gold. Let me take everything out of the original box, the gift box that Versace sends it in. Of course, you got your Versace cleaning cloth. It's upside down. Your Versace cleaning cloth, your card of authenticity, written in about 1 million languages, but the international warranty, you're getting the real deal. That is the serial number of the frame. It'll match the numbers on the lenses. Pop this out, your Italian leather Versace case. Here is the star of the show, the main attraction, the Versace 2150. It comes with a little plastic sleeve on the left temple to protect the temples from rubbing together during shipping. Of course, I'm going to put that on there when I ship to you. And of course, all Versace's are made in Italy. And this is, as I mentioned before, the 2150Q, color 1002 in the 62 eye size. So let's begin. I'm going to pop out your original demo lenses, one of which has the Versace sticker on there, and if you look close enough, you will have that serial number right here on the corner of your lens. So I'm going to pop out your original demos, put them with the ones from that one so they don't get lonely, since they're almost twins. Of course, again, you're getting the black and gold. So I'm going to put this into the tracing element of my edger, and let's see if it will trace. I'm going to hit start. These larger aviator shapes are a little tricky, so I got to guide it with it. Oh, didn't like it. All right, let me see if I can get it in there. Let me see if I can trace it. All right, we may have to do one lens at a time. This is what happened on the last one. Let's see. We're going to do this as, trace it just as one lens. All right, computer. Come on, computer. We're going to do just the right lens. There we go. That little stylus is going to go around and trace the inside bevel of the lens. Here at FreePrescriptionLenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy a genuine, authentic Versace frame and you'll receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number on there, so if you have vision insurance or flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase, whether they are prescription or not. Big Money James, you know you need prescription, so let me go ahead and hook that up. Your bridge measurement is 14. Let me double check. I'll go ahead and measure that myself now. 14. We're good to go. In just a moment, the shape of the lens will pop up on the computer. Magnified. I will minify it down. That green outline is the shape of the lens we will be cutting. Go ahead and magnify it while I'm working on it. I may go back and forth on it for a little bit. Now these are your lenses, your sunglass gray lenses. I'm going to come down here to my Marco 101 lensometer, spin the axis wheel to 115, exactly halfway between 110 and 120. The lab has already marked your lens right. Let's see if that is true. Put the power drum on plano, which is no prescription. Rotate the lens, and let's see, rotate until the spherical power comes in perfectly. I'm getting plano, minus 50. That is your right lens. I'm going to put a couple dots on here. Of course, it may be a little hard to see. I'm going to go ahead and darken them if I can see them. Oh yeah, I can make them out. So let me get a special pen, since these are the sunglass lenses. Put a white dot on here. 1, 2, and 3. And this is the right lens. Let's do the same thing now for the left lens. Spin the axis wheel to 95. Put the power drum on +1/4. Put the lens in, rotate it till the spherical component comes in clearly. Close that down, check your astigmatism correction. That looks good. Go ahead and put 3 dots on your lenses. I need to put some more ink in this thing so this thing shows better. Do a little bit this time. Go ahead and put the dots on there. Uno, dos, ocho. And we're going to mark that one L. And if you missed any of that, let me recap. Man, I've been slack. I've almost been not forgetting to put that terrible, horrible joke in each video now. So, go ahead and place your lens onto the platform. This is a block, or as I like to call them, Jenny from the block. I need to attach this to your lens while it is cutting. So I'm going to use 2 double-sided adhesive stickers, of which I've got up here. The black side is the sticky side. Stick that onto the first block. Let's do the same thing now for the second block. Put that one up there. I'll get to it in a minute. On the back is a little silver button that is a magnet that's going to do its job twice today. Go ahead and pull the paper away to let this magnet do its job the first time. It's going to attach itself to something magnetical there in the arm. And the reason why I put those 3 dots on there, it tells me that the lens is oriented in there just perfectly. So I'm going to go ahead, even though they're white here in the video, when I place them on the platform, they become black and you can see them much better. Your pupillary distance is 29.5. 29.5. Oop, went down to 29. There we go. Optical center height of 30. Lay out the lens. Make sure everything looks perfect. Let's move that little arm so you can see all 3 dots. Optical center. The other 2 dots tells me that's oriented in there just perfectly. I want to check the lens is large enough. Easily. Piece of cake. Hit the button. The arm comes down, places the block onto the right lens. We're going to do the same thing now for the left lens. Take the paper off to make the black side sticky. Line that magnet up. Your pupillary distance for your left eye is 30. It has mirrored from the right, so it's still on 29.5. So I'm going to put it to 30. Same OC height, the optical center height. Put those dots on your lenses so that make sure they're oriented in there perfectly. Make sure the lens is large enough, and it is. Hit the button. The arm's going to come down and place the block onto the left lens. Now this is the edger. This is what's going to do all the work while I run my mouth. It costs $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out and buy their own. Put it on your kitchen counter. Then you can cut your own Versaces at home and you won't need this guy anymore to do it for you. So the actual cutting wheel is over here on the far right. There's 3 wheels on the machine. This one on the far right is the cutting wheel with that white residue. That's what's going to grind. It acts like a heavy grit sandpaper to grind away your lens material. This wheel in the center is going to put the channel, that little V-shaped bevel, so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. This cleaner one is the polishing wheel. I very rarely use it, only on drill mount frames, which yours is not one. So let's go ahead and wake up the computer, see what shape lens we'll be cutting. That is it. These are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high index plastic, or Trivex, I would select that. But these are polycarbonate. I'm not going to put the polish, as I just mentioned, on your lenses. I'm not even going to put a polish on the front convex surface. And you know what? Today I'm not even going to put a polish, safety bevel on the rear concave surface of the lens. I'm going to go ahead and place the lens into the chuck. Let the magnet do its job its second time today. Put it in the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I just don't know this machine well enough to call it chuck after all these years. I'm going to hit the green start button. Look at my new flashlight that Hector in Carteret, New Jersey sent me. This thing is sweet. Not only does it zoom in and out, but it is bright. So the styluses are tracing the shape of the lens, and just about now it's going to drop down onto the cutting wheel. Now if you see light flickering in the background, that is there to catch that is water to catch the optical sawdust as it comes off of the cutting wheel. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, where plastic, high-index plastic, and Trivex cut wet. Water will spray onto your lens for the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle just to wash away any optical debris that you may see beginning to form on the edges of your lenses. Now, as I mentioned, your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They are virtually unbreakable. They are bulletproof up to 22 caliber and have both UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin. Your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin, so you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes, unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that need to be reapplied every few hours when you're in direct exposure to the sun. This is permanent and will never need to be reapplied. So now the machine is double checking where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing. And of course in this frame and with your prescription you're not going to have any, but I do cut very strong prescriptions all day long, and that does become more critical. So if you had noticed your lenses were flat around the edges, it's now getting the bevel, the V-shaped bevel, so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. Woo, this thing is bad to the bone. Versace is always going to bring that gold, that black and gold. You even got the Medusa on the front. This is wrapped in leather. And of course you got the Medusa on the sides with more ornation. Man, look at those Medusas. You know you're going to be rocking these things nice. You know, I wanted a pair of these white ones myself. My wife's got a convertible white BMW. I wanted to wear these in when I'm driving that thing. So the lens is done. The door opens. Let's go ahead and dry the lens off so it is not slippery as I continue to work on it. I'm going to go ahead, and this uses a Phillips head screwdriver, so I got my red handle screwdriver. I'm going to loosen the screw. Little lefty loosey. Take the lens, tuck it in, and then go ahead and do a little bit of the old righty-tighty till that is tight. And let's go ahead and start cutting the left lens. We're going to flip that over to L. Put the lens into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby. Go ahead and get the green start button. Just like before, the door closes, the clamp shuts, and then the lenses are going to be traced by the 2 white styluses. Well, they used to be white, making sure that the lens is large enough to fit into the frame. You can see as it's going around tracing the shape of the lens. And of course you have no edge thickness whatsoever in this frame with your prescription. Of course, with me using the thinner, lighter weight lenses, this turned out perfect. So let's go ahead and take this block off. Pull that sticker off. It is no longer needed. We're going to come down here to my lensometer. While the left lens is cutting, I'm going to spin the axis wheel back to 115. Put the lens in, and right over this white dot, I'm going to measure the prescription. And I'm getting plano, which is 0. The unit measurement we use in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R, starting at 0, which again is plano, going up in quarter increments, which you got them all represented, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, and so on. So your left eye needs no magnification or minification. You do have 2 steps of astigmatism correction. Now that is the second curve. You have one curve on your eye going this way. You have the second curve on your eye this way, which is astigmatism. And it's how we line up those 2 curves to make everything nice and crisp. So we're going to turn that fine tune knob to 115, which is where we're at, halfway between 110 and 120. Thank you, Hector, for that flashlight. This has turned out great. Now your left eye, you do need 1 step of magnification. You are farsighted, so you need a 1 step of magnification to see far away. We have 3 steps of astigmatism correction. Astigmatism is what makes 6s and 8s look alike, or the letters P and F. So, sorry if I missed any of the shot. And we're going to turn that fine tune knob to 95. So let's check the astigmatism correction in your right eye. The 2 steps, and we are getting minus 50, exactly halfway between 0 and 1. For your left eye, we'll still be there, because we're going to go up to plus a quarter, and then we're going to back down 3 more steps and end up at minus 50. So if you had 25 cents, although this is impossible, and someone borrowed 75 cents, you would be 50 cents in the red. We're going to check that in just a moment. Let's go ahead and take this left lens out. Dry everything off. Let's go ahead and go back to the old lefty loosey. Put the lens in, being very careful not to drop this screw. because you don't pay me enough to get on my hands and knees and look on the floor for this thing. There we go. That's good and tight. Take this block off, take this sticker off, get some of that water off of there, come down here to the lensometer, spin that axis wheel to 95, exactly halfway between 90 and 100. Put it in. Let's measure the power. And we are getting, let me make sure that's zeroed in there. We are getting +1/4, 1 tick mark over 0. We're going to check your 3 steps of astigmatism correction, and again we end up at -50, exactly halfway between 0 and 1. Now your pupillary distance is 29.5 for your right eye, 30 for the left, for a combined value of 59.5. I'm going to hold my PD stick up against my thumb on your right lens, and then when we look at it on the left lens, we're getting exactly halfway between 59 and 60, so that is cut perfectly. Just want to check the optical center height of 30. We're looking good there. Of course, this is the point in every video that as I clean your lenses, I mentioned to you that when you get these in the mail, and of course it's free shipping anywhere in the United States, and Bristol, Connecticut is still in the United States, but when you get these in the mail, there's a small chance that these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That is because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other. But I'm going to get them in standard alignment first, also known as a 3-point stance. So the 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set it on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. And when I say wobble, I am part of that 80%. When I take mine off and put them on the counter, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. So Mr. James with his Versace. For those of you keeping score at home, I'm wearing the Versace 3199 in color 5188, which is the blue tortoise. Let me put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing, yo. Flip this over, press down, there is no wobble. I close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do, that neither of them are askew. Check the tension on each hinge, that looks good. Give it a final cleaning here with your premium microfiber cleaning cloth that I will be providing to you. So you get mine, you also get the one from Versace. Not only do I include instructions on how to care for your frame and lenses, so those too will last you for years, but also for the cleaning cloth and case. So all of this will last you for years. So I field test every cleaning cloth to make sure that it works before I mail it to you. I don't want to send out any defective cloths. So when you get this in the mail and you see a wrinkle or two, you know it works. Don't tell me you can't clean your lenses with that cloth, because I know that it does. So that is it. You're now going to be, I'll be shipping out 2 pair to you today, the white and the black, both of them trimmed out in gold. Both with the, this has the white leather with the Medusa, the black leather with the Medusa, and the Medusa with all the ornaments on the side. So James, big money James, who just got his new Rolex, the iced out bevel he was telling me about. I hope you enjoyed watching. If anyone has any questions, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com, or simply click the contact me button on the website. But I hope you enjoyed watching as I cut prescription sunglass gray. Where's my flashlight? Back to having a smaller flashlight. I couldn't find it. Hope you enjoyed watching as I cut prescription lenses for your Versace 2150Q, color 1002, which is the black and gold in the 62 eye size. And everyone else has got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.